can basically steal cargo from wherever. You don't have to be physically there.
Welcome to Time Out for Trade, where we delve into the latest trends and insights on supply chains. I'm Macie Opalinski, your host, and today I'm joined by Chris Brennan, Deringer's Route Development Manager of the Asia Pacific Trade Lane, to discuss the recent rise in cargo theft and the increasingly sophisticated methods being used to target shipments. Thank you so much, Chris, for being here. Now, we'll just go ahead and jump into it. From your perspective, how has cargo theft changed over the past few years?
Thanks, Macy, and thank you for having me. And yeah, from my perspective, I think the biggest change in cargo theft has been technology. And I think we could see it in our day-to-day lives. Technology has been advanced, and they're seeing that in the cargo theft world. Um, it's not necessarily the smash and grab mentality. It's more IT developed or technology based. So I think that's the biggest game changer we have seen.
Are you seeing a noticeable increase in theft activity across your trade lanes?
I would say yes, and not only on the Asia Pacific, but all trade lanes. As the trade kind of realigns, so do the products, and we're seeing a lot more high value goods being shipped. So obviously, with more high value goods, that becomes a little more interesting for the thieves. So I
Mhm.
think as products become more expensive and we import a lot more from other regions, we'll continue to see that.
Right. Are there specific schemes like fraud, impersonation, or maybe some digital tactics that are becoming more common that you're seeing?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we're seeing is exploiting systems, not exactly attacking directly, but impersonating carriers, creating fake documents, almost
Right.
forging shipping documents where um, if you're the customer, everything looks legit. And there was a case, it was Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar. They had 24,000 bottles of tequila stolen. They had GPS tracking. Everything said it was going on its way to Pennsylvania from the Mexico border, but it never got there. The
Wow.
tequila basically vanished. And that was forging documents and double brokering loads, because that was kind of a big one that made headlines.
Wow. So, I mean, that kind of answers my next question here, which was how has technology kind of changed the way that cargo theft is carried out? And it sounds like it's changing the tactics altogether.
Exactly. You can basically steal cargo from wherever. You don't have to be physically there. I know on trucking load boards, they just post loads of different deliveries all over the US. So people can log in there, pick up a load, forge the documents, and before anyone even knows it, the cargo's probably already been resold on the black market, either exported. So yeah, the technology has definitely been a game changer. I know just in our industry, everyone wants to see the boat or the plane go across the screen where their cargo is at all times. Um, but as much as that technology has helped us, it is hurting us as well on that cargo theft
Right.
aspect.
Right. Do you expect cargo theft to continue rising, or do you think that the industry is now trying to adapt and we're going to try and get a handle on it?
I think it'll continue to rise. There's always chance for opportunity and people will take advantage of that, especially if everything is fake identifications. You can sit on a
Mhm.
computer and do it. You're not physically getting handcuffed right away. I'd use another reference like Goodfellas, the older movie, but two guys steal a truck, pay the driver money. The driver goes into the diner, eats, and then the gangsters steal the truck.
Yeah.
That's the way of the past. It's I think yeah, the technology will continue to get better, even to benefit our customers, but also to benefit the thieves.
Yeah. Yep. So, what changes, whether regulatory, technological, or operational, do you think could help address all these issues right now?
Yeah, I think as we'll say again, technology. I think GPS tracking has become a big topic. Geofencing as well. If that container moves out of a certain area, then it brings an alert. They also have electronic container seals where if the door is open, it sends off an alarm. I know the thieves, even on the rail, they basically take the doors off so there's no seal. The seal is intact. They
Mhm.
lift the door off while the train is moving. Crazy, but it happens.
Yeah.
And then, as well as there's also uh, quite a few sensors out there that monitor the humidity, the light inside the container, and it pings anything that goes off of the norm. And we see that in more high value goods, but I think that will be more of the future. Um, and then predictive analytics. I think that, if you can avoid a route, then obviously you would try to avoid it at all costs. So predictive analytics could help as well.
Right. Right. And my last question to you, if there's one thing that listeners should take away about cargo theft right now, what would it be?
I would say purchase cargo insurance. That will have you covered. It's tough to avoid the theft. There's so many moving parts in the supply
Mhm.
chain that um, to kind of find one way to stop it would be impossible. But just to purchase cargo insurance, the theft isn't going away. It's only going to get smarter. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'd leave it with that.
Great. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Time Out for Trade. We hope you enjoyed this discussion on cargo theft. And again, thank you so much, Chris, for being with us, sharing your expertise. For more resources from Deringer, please head on over to our website at anderinger.com and find us on social media on X and LinkedIn and Facebook. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you, Macie.
Thanks, Chris.